What's going on, guys? Today we have a bunch of Harley maintenance to get done. So we got the old grower right there on the stand. So we're gonna get started on some basic maintenance. We're gonna change the oil filter, and both the spark plugs today. So let's go on ahead and give some love to the old Harley here. I like to warm the oil up first, so I'm gonna start her up and let her idle for a couple minutes and get everything all nice and warm. That way it'll help with the draining process. So let's go on ahead and fire her up. Let's hope I don't set my wife's car alarm off, which typically seems to happen. I don't do it on purpose. It just happens because this pipe is so outrageously loud. And that's the old thunder header for you. So let's get her started up. Let's get her chopping. Alrighty then. Got her neutral. Start her up. Give her a couple minutes, get her all warm, and we'll continue the process. All right. Woo. Well, good morning, neighbors. Hope everybody's awake at this point. If not, now you are. Sorry, not sorry. The stand is pretty much overkill for this. The stand's more useful when it comes to, taking apart the bike itself, rebuilding the top end or doing anything like that. But as far as an oil change, it's really just in the way. So I'm gonna remove the bike from the lift, but I just wanted to get it on the stand just because the bike looks cool, to be honest. It looks cool just floating there. Trusty pieces of wood. All right. Bing bang boom, just like that. Not a big deal. Watch out for those little pieces of wood. I did on stand. Onto it. Alright, trusty GoPro, don't film me now. Hard to see in there, but there is a hose clamp. I'm using a flathead screwdriver. We're going to pull that plug out and our oil will be draining. And I'm going to be prepared to stop the flow and dump the drain pan, because I think I have more oil than the drain pan will hold at one time. But we're going to figure it out together. Here we go. Been quite a bit of time since I've done this last. So there we go, hose clamp is off. Now I should be able to just wiggle this plug off, let her go, let her flow, baby. And going. Oh wow. Uh-oh, that's not good. I literally saw like some water, whoa, milky substance residue going on. Ooh. That did not look healthy, that's for sure. I've never seen color in the oil before like this. Kind of like a mocha flavor, a mocha color. A little bit of that white milky residue right there on the end of the plug. A little yeasty going on. A little yeast infection my bike has. Alright, I gotta get a better view of this oil here. That is some weird color and pattern going on there. A little milky, a little concerning, but the bike seems to be operating normal. She seems to have all the power, but definitely I've never seen any type of pattern like this during any oil change of any vehicle, any motorcycle. So this right here is a first for me. If any of you guys have any idea what this may mean or may lead up to, or if I should worry or what, but it is a bit concerning. Gotta level the bike out to get some more fluid out of there. Alright, let's dump some of this oil in here. Barely 3,000 miles right there. Slow drip going on. We're gonna let it drip all the old oil out. Plug her up and go for the oil filter next. Alright, let's move on to the oil filter here. See how tight I put that on the last time. This is a very good place to have your oil filter. Once you get this thing off, oil just pretty much streams down the whole frame of the bike and everything else in between. So it is very messy for the location of the filter. Hooker. It's a bit tight. A bit tight. Nope. Gonna need some backup. Gonna try these old trusty oil filter pliers. I think I got this on Amazon. I'll leave any links in the description if I can find them. Help you guys out if you guys are doing the same job. It's got a little angle to it as well, which helps out. Oh, it's so freaking tight, dude. Shit. Like dented the whole filter. Absolutely crazy. Oh, I really went ham on this freaking one. Holy shit. Enough groaning and moaning, you'll eventually get it off. Look at that, it's already starting to get everywhere. Son of a bitch. Alright, let's finish her off here. Unscrew her all the way. Yikes. There's where the filter screws on. As you can see, it kind of just drips. Get oil pretty much on everything. Just gotta wipe it up real good if you want to keep it all messy. It is quite the mess. So if you guys are wondering what oil I'm using, or spark plugs, or the transmission fluid, here's what I picked up from the local Harley dealership. Sen 3 pretty much is my go-to. It's good for your engine, chain case, and transmission. Pretty much does it all. Hence the name Sen 3, which means you don't need anything special. I picked up some of this transmission fluid just because it's recommended, and that's what I run pretty much every time, and it seems to be pretty good. So that's what I buy. I also picked up some new plugs as well. It's also a good habit, you know, to just replace the plugs while you're at it. Keeps the engine sparking strong for you. This is also a gasket for your primary cover. We'll be getting into that pretty soon, but first I'm just going to put on the new oil filter here. I'll link everything I can down in the description if you guys want to pick up any of this stuff. We're going to fill the oil and then move on to the primary case. So let's get it going. Alright, before I put the new oil filter on, as you guys probably already know, same thing goes with cars as well. I like to put a nice clean layer of oil on the gasket here. Seems to be happy when I do that. It allows for the gasket to seat very nicely. So I'm just giving it a little healthy dabble. I'm also going to pour a couple ounces into the filter itself. That way we're not dry cranking on this thing when we start it up for the first time. So we want a little bit of oil in there. It's really preference. I mean, I think it works either way just as well, but it all depends on what you want to do and the way you want to do it. Got that all on there, got the oil inside. Gasket's nice and lubed. Let's go ahead and screw this on. Be quick with it. So pretty much hand tight is all you need. Normally just follow the same protocol when it comes to the car oil filter as well. So you want it snug, and then you want to do, you know, a quarter turn or so. Just tight, just snug. Nothing too wild. As you guys saw when I took it off, I had to dent the whole filter in order to loosen it. It's always good to have a set of these as well, just in case. Alright, we got a 5/8 socket on here. We're gonna drain our primary now. Ooh. Obviously got a drain pan under there. Shouldn't be much that comes out of here. I believe it's about a quart. Our little drain pan should be able to handle it. Now I believe this is a magnetic drain plug, so we will be able to see any carnage going on inside. Ooh. It's definitely dark. Definitely could use a change in, that's for sure. There's a little bit of carnage going on the magnet here. I don't know if that's anything to be concerned about. May just be normal wear and tear. So I'm gonna wipe this thing up. I do have a new O-ring I'm gonna put on as well. Once this thing drains out all the way, we'll be moving along. Alright, I got the drain bolt kind of all cleaned up here. We're gonna swap over the new gasket now. Sorry, new O-ring. Harley dealership was nice enough to include this with the oil filter. Slide it on over there like so. Bada bing, bada boom. Just about done draining on this side. Give it a little wipe. And then replace the plug. Easy does it, nothing to it. Nothing crazy with the torque spec as well. Pretty much as tight as you would go on your car drain plug. That's the same logic that I'm applying to this one here. So just a little, just a couple Harley foot-pounds, and we're all good. Alright, next up we're gonna remove this little access cover here, which will allow us to refill our primary. So we got a 5/32 Allen head here. Gonna loosen it up. What kind of almighty torque did I put on this? Square with it. Oh my god, what the heck? Oh my. Oh my. This is sketchy. I really need a socket Allen head, but all I have is ball ends. Try again. Alright. Whatever you do, do not round off the hex, that's for sure. Make sure you're square with it. And, say a little Harley prayer, and you'll get them off here. Maybe I used a little too much Loctite, I'm not sure. But either way, I did get them off. I think I used the blue, not the red. Okay, a little O-ring there. I do not have new O-rings for this, so hopefully I can get by with reusing them. Nice and gentle with it. Prevent anything from ruining. There we go. Gasket on there. Looks like it's intact and in one piece. Now here's your primary chain. You can check the tension on that. The thing is pretty sloppy. It goes all the way up. Holy moly. We'll deal with that primary adjustment another day. We're just going to focus on the fluid change today, at least for this video, but we will follow up with that at a later date. Alright, I got the drain plug back in. We're going to start filling up the primary with some of this V-Twin Sport transmission fluid. Bel Ray is the brand. Got the world's longest funnel here for the job. So let's go ahead and get started. Now the primary should hold about a quart of this fluid. Here we go. Alrighty, there goes 1 quart down the hole. Alright, we're just gonna replace our little peephole cover here, our access cover. Now I'm not gonna put any more Loctite on this. These bolts already had quite a bit of Loctite, so it's pretty much dried on there. So I'm just gonna thread both of these back in and continue on with the job. We're gonna be filling up the oil next. Bada bing, bada boom. Battery's about to die, but I'm just gonna start off with 2 quarts into the oil tank here. Should be about 3 quarts in the end, but we're gonna start with 2 first. It's a lot easier to add more than as opposed to removing oil. So we're just gonna start with less and hopefully end with the exact amount that we need. Quart number 2 going in. Gonna throw our dipstick back in there. Right, so we're about halfway, which is a good place. We probably can take another half quart in there, and that'll bring it right below the full line, and I'll be happy with that level. I'm gonna start it. You're gonna stand back.
Hold your ear.
Get it on a level surface here and then check it again. See where we're at here. We're actually right at the full line, which is good. So it just took maybe 2.5 quarts. We are all filled up and topped off. Well, I'm just about to swap my spark plugs out, and I discovered that my spark plug on the right cylinder here is completely loose. Check that out. That is not good. I literally can just take it out with my fingers. See what it looks like coming out here. See what we see. That's one dry plug, that's for sure. Look at that thing. It's completely dry. Yeah, I never want to go too tight on spark plugs, but I don't remember putting it on that loose. This other one seems pretty snug. Yeah, that one's definitely snug. I can't take that one off of my fingers. Got some brand new iridiums to throw in this thing. These are the DCPR7E IXs 97637s. There's a quick product code for you if you guys want these things. 97637s. I'm just using a 5/8 socket to get these out. This one definitely wasn't too snug either. That came off a little too easy. See how toasted this one is? Definitely toasty. So I'm glad I'm changing these babies out. And they say they come pre-gapped, so I'll take their word for it, I guess. If things start to run a little weird, I will double check the gap. So I'm gonna slap these new ones in there, get them nice and snug, and hopefully be ready for a little test drive. Test ride. We'll see how these babies treat me. I've never ran these before in the bike, so we will see if anything seems odd. But a lot of people recommended this style, so we're going with it. Snug these up a little more than the last time. I'm always very cautious because it's an aluminum head that I'm screwing into here. But I may have been a little too cautious the last time. Didn't get them tight enough. There we go. Feels nice and tight. Pop these babies on. Pop this on. Alright. Well everybody, that is going to do it for this little Harley maintenance video. I want to thank you guys for watching. And yeah, that's how I do my maintenance on my Harley every 3,000 or so miles. Pretty straightforward. It's definitely an important thing to do. You never want to skip out on your maintenance. Keep your bike running longer, running stronger, and all around just that peace of mind that you took care of all the maintenance needed. And we got this daredevil over here trying to climb on. Ready? Go. So yeah, everything turned out all right. Test ride went very good. Got about 2.5 quarts in the tank, and we are at the full line on our oil line, so that's all good. Hold on tight. So yeah, we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. Check you out later.